Hey, I'm a creator. So what I really like to do is I like to draw all the time. I'm one of those guys. I'm always drawing, always doing something, trying to be creative, trying to do something cool. Anyone who really knows me knows I love Star Wars and other stuff like that. And so I love the fantasy aspect of all the different things. But I mean, drawing is really what I'm all about, and being a creator. So even when I'm working with Lucasfilm, or when I'm working with Hasbro, or Mattel, or DC, or Marvel, I mean, what I like about it is the fact that they give me a chance to be myself and create. So I really enjoy doing that kind of stuff. It's all day, all the time. How did the Spectrum come about? The Spectrum came about in a lot of different ways. It was an idea I had a long time ago. It was an idea that I really wanted to draw. It was a 1940s superhero type. Spectrum was a guy at first, but the more I designed it, the more I started doing things, the more I realized the story would lend itself well to a female aspect. So that's what I've been doing. I love doing it. But Spectrum came over. It's probably about 4 years it took me to come up with the idea to make it what it is today. It definitely took a lot of turns. The story took a lot of changes. But in the end, really what it's about empowering heroes and do certain things. I have 2 daughters, and I want to make something for them. I want to make something that they could be. Yeah, that character reminds me of me. So I was proud to do it. I'm so happy to do it, and it's this is the first time people have seen it, so I'm excited to see what they say, good or bad, I guess. But we'll go from there. Why am I here with all this stuff? I mean, to be honest with you, it's one of those things where you make a decision early on in the process where I said, well, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to show the world what I'm doing, as opposed to sort of getting a publisher to help us do certain things. I've been saying, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show the world. I'm going to come with a splash. I'm going to have a car. I'm going to have posters. I'm going to have drawings. I'm going to enjoy the process and enjoy the show. And you know what? We probably could have done it at another show, but New York City, the grit, the way it works, the way they do things, it was a perfect showcase for us to showcase what we're doing. So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to show everyone what I've been working on every weekend and late hours of the night after I finish my DC cover stuff. And I'm happy to show it.
Should I start?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Well, when we first discussed the comic, it was in the present day, and the car was the tie-in to the past, and it was a connection to the origins of the car and the characters, which were in the 1940s, pre-war USA.
Talk about your love for the Batmobile.
Well, I grew up on the Batmobile, and I have a big, huge affection for the Batmobile. So to me, a comic, all the modern comics, there's very few vehicles in them. And if you don't have superpowers, but you want to fight crime or fight the bad guys in society, you need a toolkit. And to me, the car is the ultimate toolkit. And the concept of the car we had was that it could hide in plain sight. Well, the reason we picked the car we picked, it's a 1940 four-door. It's very Art Deco-ish. It's a mainstream, popular car. And the idea, if you're going to hide in plain sight with a vehicle, the 40 Ford would be the perfect vehicle. It is a beautiful car. It's a gorgeous car. And it had a high hood on it, which meant that we could hide the pop-up guns with relative ease. There is a military connection to the car, so a lot of the stuff on it is 1940s, but at the extreme end, at the forward end. They're getting ready for war, so they've got a whole bunch of people working on advanced weapons development. So we tried to use, you know, modern stuff in the car. At the back of the car we have a giant search lamp. And the search lamp is for blinding bad guys chasing and shooting at us at night. Building the car took us about almost a year. It's very difficult in a 40s car to hide all the weaponry and all the pneumatics required. We try to make it period correct as much as we could. So the car definitely looks, we've used Browning guns, typical of the era. We've used search lamp, typical of the era. We've got cases and bombs and rocket-propelled grenades, which are all typical of the era. So we try to stay period correct, but yet at the cutting edge.
Way cool.